What's up, guys? It's Rob from Movie Review Time, back with another movie review. Just chilling in my bed right now. It's kind of late. Didn't know if I was going to make this review, but it's fresh in my mind, so I'm like, why not? If you can't already tell by the title, I'm going to be reviewing the movie The Meg. 2018 science fiction thriller is what it's classified under. Directed by John Turteltaub, who did one of my favorite films of all time, National Treasure. I love National Treasure. Okay, but the second movie is good too, but I think the first one is just so good. It is so well done. He also did like Three Ninjas. He did Phenomenon, which is one of my favorite John Travolta films. Cool Runnings. Did some good stuff. The Meg is neither good or bad. It's just okay for me. It's right in the middle. It's just okay. This is not a rant. I am not mad at this movie. It's basically what I expected. I didn't go into the movie with high expectations. I saw the trailer and I'm like, this looks like fun. A time waster. It looks entertaining. A giant shark wreaking havoc. A lot of action. You got Jason Statham in there. What could go wrong with this? I mean, compared to some of these cheap shark movies that you find on the shelves at Family Video, Toxic Shark, Avalanche Shark, or whatever, this can't be that bad. I mean, the shark looks cool. The visuals look, they look great. This movie had a big budget. It's like 130 to 170 million. I mean, that's a pretty damn big budget there. And it shows. It really does. I thought the shark looked fantastic in this movie. A really big, wide movie with big, wide shots. You need that with this huge 75 foot shark. Megalodon shark. I went with my cousin, Rocky Balboa 101, aka Dan. And we both pretty much felt the same way. It was just a time waster. It was just okay. When it came to the visuals, like I said, the way the shark looked and stuff, and the action, certain action scenes, the movie was great. But then when it came to the characters, the plot, and the humor, it sucked. Nothing worked. Rainn Wilson in there tried to make funny jokes, and it fell flat every single time. No one in the theater laughed whenever he was trying to crack a joke. It's like it came at the wrong time, but yet it just was not... It felt like it didn't belong. I don't think this movie really knew what it was or what it wanted to be, because it's like we go from serious to funny to ridiculous, like over-the-top stuff. Like I didn't think it really concentrated or focused on one certain like genre or theme. Like it didn't know what it was trying to be or wanted to be. I felt like there were just too many things going on. But the acting sucked. You could just call it like a cheesy B movie, but I've seen better acting in other films that come straight to DVD. The acting in this was terrible. The only person that I thought held their own was Jason Statham, and he didn't really have much to do other than jumping off the boat, diving and swimming, and that's about it. And I was fine with that. I mean, that's when I saw the trailer, I'm like, that's pretty much what I expected from him. I don't expect any kind of Oscar performance from Jason Statham. I really don't. I was expecting him to do some cool stuff. I mean, it reminded me of Thomas Jane in the water doing flips when a shark comes at him and he grabs onto the shark. It just reminded me of Deep Blue Sea. It really did. The Meg is definitely better than Deep Blue Sea 2. I'll give it that. But I still enjoy the first Deep Blue Sea more than the Meg. But there are other movies that I enjoy. I mean, you cannot top Jaws. Jaws is hands down the best shark movie ever made. That is my opinion. Okay. A lot of you may disagree, but Jaws, I don't think it's been beaten yet. That is a masterpiece. The characters were great. You really got to relate to them. Some unforgettable moments in Jaws, you know, some great one-liners and stuff like "Smile, you son of a bitch," and like "We're gonna need a bigger boat." Whenever you say that, someone's gonna be, "Oh, Jaws!" You know, there's some famous lines, and the shark looked great in the first Jaws movie. Hell, I even like Jaws 2. No one ever talks about Jaws 2. Some of the same characters from Jaws 1. I love Jaws 2. The Reef, another great shark movie that no one talks about. Very underrated. They actually use shark footage from real like shark encounters and put it in this movie and made it seem like sharks were attacking people, and it worked. It's very intense, this movie is. The Shallows. This movie grew on me. At first I didn't really care for it, but I like it a lot. The shark looked great in this. I like looking at Blake Lively. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. And the shark, no wonder the shark was attracted to her. I would be too. She was looking like that on a buoy. Who wouldn't be coming after her? Anyway, there are some good shark movies out there. But then you have a movie like Shark Night, 3D. I even like Deep Blue Sea. Like I said, the first Deep Blue Sea I like. Guilty pleasure for me. But this movie's just okay. There's nothing really interesting about the story, or you can't even really relate to the characters. I mean, Jason Statham's character he's a diver, and he made a mistake. In the beginning of the movie, he makes a mistake. And he's been living with it ever since, and then he finally goes back in the water. He's not to really be trusted, but he has to prove himself once again. So that's his backstory. It's just very simple. It's very, we've seen it before kind of thing. But all the other characters, like I said, like Rainn Wilson, like, you know, his jokes fell flat. Nothing was funny. No one laughed in the auditorium or in the theater. No one laughed at all. I felt like it was the wrong time for the jokes. They didn't click at all. Yeah, this movie just didn't know what it wanted to be. It really did not. But anyway, here's the thing. It's kind of a long film, and I think a lot of things could have been cut out. I didn't care for the stupid little romance that they were trying to start between Jason Statham and the I don't remember her freaking name. I probably can't even pronounce it. Li Bingbing. I guess that's her name. Li Bingbing as Suy. I can't even say it. Anyway, yeah, there's this kind of like romance thing that started. I'm just like, oh, this is stupid. Like I can't lie about it and just say, oh yeah, it's a little romance. It'll work. It's fine. You know, he's into her, she's into him. She sees him. You know, she walks in on Jason Statham, and he's pretty much naked. He's got a towel around him. Just got out of the shower. And she's like, oh, you're naked. And she's like looking at him. And then she leaves. And then she like looks through the window. And I'm just like, come on. Like, honestly. Like, ugh. This in a shark film. What? Anyway. So the story goes basically that these scientists are trying to discover what's at the bottom of the deepest part of the ocean. Like if there's a place where they haven't gone yet or explored because it's way too deep. And there's this cloud, this plane on the bottom that actually looks like the bottom, but it's not. They can actually go through it, and there's probably creatures down there that we haven't discovered yet because it's so cold in this one spot that the creatures don't come up. They go down there and they get stuck pretty much. And they have to get rescued. Well, Jason Statham and this the main girl, this Asian girl, they're on the mission to go save them. Well, That's when they encounter this huge giant squid that gets eaten by the megalodon shark, and they attempt the rescue, and one person gets left behind, and we're supposed to care about this person. He starts writing a note to his wife or whatever and his family, and we don't even care. I think it's that dude from Heroes. We don't even care about this guy, and already he's dying. And I'm just like, okay, I didn't feel anything for him. And by this explosion happening, it causes a gateway up to the surface. This cloud thing that's supposed to be the bottom, which isn't, the explosion basically made a hole so the sharks could go through it. And that's when the megalodon starts to wreak havoc in the ocean. And so, you know, they're trying to stop it. They're trying to, you know, tag it, put a tracker on it, and stuff like that. It blows apart, you know, it blows apart boats, and you know, it's really big. There are a couple action scenes that were really, really cool with Jason Statham. You know, he jumps in the water and he goes down. It's just the camera angles were perfect. He's climbing down this rope down to the bottom where this girl's in a cage, and the shark is trying to eat the cage. And then there's this one where Jason Statham swims out, and there's a cable attached to him. He swims out to go put the tracker on the shark, and the shark comes after him, and they're pulling him in. He's trying to swim away while the shark is on his ass. That was a really cool scene. That was very intense. It was one of those, you know, edge of your seat moments, and I like that. I wish there were more of those. There's a scene where the shark actually goes to the shore where all these people are swimming, and they say, oh, the shark is not interested in people. They're interested in like bigger things, like a boat, the megalodon, because it's interested in bigger things. So it goes to the shore, and all these people see a shark, and what do? Some of them actually go to the shore, and some of them actually stay in the water like, oh, help me. There's this little stupid fat kid with a popsicle who's out there, and he just like he's not even moving. Some of these people are not trying to get out of the water. Some of them are actually trying to stand on this platform that's out in the ocean, which is stupid because there's an aerial view, and it would be quicker for those people to actually walk onto the shoreline than to stay out there on this stupid platform. I didn't understand it. Why are these people, if they see a shark, they're so afraid they start running the opposite way or swimming the opposite way instead of going towards the shore? That makes no damn sense. In Jaws, when they saw a shark, they started running to the shore. Okay, they didn't fucking go out there and stand on a platform, and the shark starts pulling the platforms away, and they're just sitting on the platform trying to hang on. I'm like, what are you doing? If the platform is going away, like obviously something's pulling it, so why not jump off and I don't know, maybe go to the shore? Just stupid moments. There's stupid things that happen in this movie. You could call it, you know, typical cliches, but it's a dumb moment. There are too many of them. So instead, you know, instead of this fat kid getting eaten, which I wish he would have, you know, they try to get the shark to kill it. They try to get it to go somewhere else, so it gets, you know, it gets attention on something else. So it was a really dumb moment that they could have wreaked havoc. You know, the movie doesn't really show. It's like quick shots of the shark attacking something, and I think if it was rated R, it would have been a lot better. They could have really done some really cool. They could have done some cool stuff with that. It doesn't have to be over the top gory, but look, you know, Jaws when it bites Quint, that whole scene is intense. Bites down on Quint's in his mouth yelling, and then he bites down further. You know, that kind of stuff you'll never forget. The Meg doesn't do any of that. there's a little girl in the movie that kind of talks with Jason Statham because she calls him crazy. That kind of stuff was okay. The talk between the little girl and him was fine. It didn't mean anything. It didn't really help the story any. I mean, it didn't get me interested in the movie more. It was fine. It just to see him, you know, talk with other people. But then, you know, the Asian lady who's kind of in love with Jason Statham, like her father, ends up getting hurt, and like you're supposed to care about this guy, and you just really don't. Like this, there's supposed to be like this sad scene. I was just like, okay. Like, I wasn't sad at all. It's just, I think the characters were really dumb. They were, some of them were even annoying with stuff they'd say. You know, like they had to, like, I don't want to say this like the way I'm saying it, but like the typical black guy, who's like, oh man, I'm not going out there. Like, oh no, we ain't doing that. We ain't, you know, like stereotyping. It's they're doing that in this movie. And it's just so, it's lame. Okay, we've seen it before. Stop the stereotyping bullcrap. You know, we've seen it before in other films. This film had so much potential. So much potential, and I just think it just fell flat. It's gonna make money though. You know it is. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be close to. I don't really know what it's at. I think it says it's at like 157 million at the box office right now. Of course, it's still in theaters, but. So anyway, that's the movie. They're trying to kill this Meg, or the Megalodon, so to say, because it escaped the ocean depths, and they're trying to figure out a way to kill it. And like I said, some of the action scenes were pretty good. Were they memorable compared to like some of the scenes in Jaws? No. But they were done pretty good. I mean, as far as like the camera work, like I said, and the shark looks pretty good for visual effects. It better look good for the budget they had. I mean, what would they be doing otherwise, you know? If the shark doesn't look good, the film will not work. The shark is the main focus. And I felt like they did that. But the story wrapped around it and the characters you have to play with, it just fell flat. That's it. But the deaths were really quick. They were just like, they didn't show like the full thing of someone getting tore apart or anything like that. Eli Roth was reported to direct the movie, but Eli Roth had differences in opinions on things, creative differences, so to say. I wonder how that would have gone with Eli Roth. You know, he would have made it gory. He definitely would have. That's his thing. That's his MO. But anyway, I just thought this movie was okay. If I had to rate it, I would say I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. I think that's fair. I would, you know, like I said, it's in the gray area. It's in the middle. I wouldn't say it's good. I wouldn't say it's bad. I would say it's just okay. Nothing special. Nothing to jump for joy over. A couple of good action scenes, and that's it. So, Let me know down below what you thought of the Meg, and stay tuned for more reviews. This is Rob signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.